We continue Unit 12, Rational Expressions, Factor by Grouping. To factor by grouping, we split the expression into two groups. Factor out the GCF in both groups. The parentheses in the first group must match the parentheses in the second group. Pull out the parentheses term, and what's left over are the numbers in the other factor. Example 1. We start by taking out the GCF of the whole expression, but there is no GCF. So then we split the expression into two groups. Put a plus sign in between the two groups. Now we factor out the greatest common factor. In the first group, an x squared can be factored out. This leaves 2x plus 1. And in the second factor, we could pull out a negative 9. And this leaves 2x plus 1. So far, so good, because this matches and this matches. So we know one of our factors is 2x plus 1. The other factor is what is left over, x squared minus 9. We are not finished. We have to check and see if these factors can be factored down any further. 2x plus 1 is already completely factored. But x squared minus 9 can break down into difference of two squares, which is x plus 3 times x minus 3. Rewrite the expression, and this is our answer. In this expression, there is a greatest common factor. It is 4. And when I take out 4, we're left with 6x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. So this expression inside the bracket is the one that I want to split into two groups. Four is still part of our problem. Now I need to take out the greatest common factor of each group. In the first parentheses, we can pull out a 2x squared. This leaves 3x. And here I could pull out a 2x squared as well, and this leaves 1. In the second parentheses, all I could pull out is a 1, so that leaves 3x plus 1. The 3x plus 1 and the 3x plus 1 are in both parentheses, so we are still in good shape. That is one of our factors. The numbers that are left over go in the other factor, and I do not need the brackets anymore to multiply that 4 to them. This is my answer. Example 3. Can I take out a greatest common factor? No. So we go ahead and split this up into two groups. With a plus sign in the middle. Remember, this is a minus. Now take out the greatest common factor. In the first parentheses, the greatest common factor is 6x squared. This leaves 5x plus 3 in parentheses. In the second parentheses, a negative 1 can be removed. This leaves 5x plus 3. Both these parentheses are the same, so that is one of our factors. What is left over becomes the other parentheses. Now we need to check and see if this can be factored any further. 5x plus 3 is already completely factored. 6x squared minus 1 is tricky. It looks like it's a difference of two squares, but there is not a perfect square root for 6. So this is completely factored. This concludes the factoring by grouping flap in your foldable.